Good morning, honorable judges and everyone present here. I am Salsa and I stand here as the first speaker of opposition team of today's motion. In post-conflict states, example for post-civil war, regime change, colonialism, this house believes that history textbooks should focus on teaching bottom-up historiography rather than top-down historiography. Dear honorable judges and everyone present here, before I move into the argument, let me first clarify to you all what our motion today is really mean. A. History textbook is a book, but it is not just a usual book. This book is wrote to prove the history, the real history, and to remind those who fight for us for a better life now, and to teach people in future as our kid, etc., about how brave their ancient is, so us in the future people can respect and always trying the best as thank you for the ancient. B. A top-down history is a history that focuses on the roles of leaders, governments, and major institutions who lead people, the people in country fight to win, who motivate the people to win in shaping the history. While the C, the bottom-up historiography, the historiography that focuses on the roles of ordinary people, social groups, and grassroots movement that made, of course, by the lead and the motivation by the leaders, the top-down man. How can? Because the top-down, which have so much power, will influence them, will motivate them to win. So they make a movement like social groups, grassroots, etc. to support their leader. When the proponents say that we are wrong for glorifying a top-down man, it is so heartbreaking for us to think that it shows how delicate their mind is to even think about how was our leaders in the past try the best to win, to give us the nice life now. Glorifying a man based on their merit, fight for us to win for our now better life is not wrong. It's like a thank you for them, and thanking them like making their name available in historiography doesn't guarantee us to get a bad political discussions and bad leader. It doesn't make sense at how proponents just oversimplify things. With that, let me tell you what is the real situation and what will happen if we focus on top-down historiography than bottom-up historiography. Here's the facts. First, leader is the best that being chosen by the society. The leaders in the top-down historiography. Why can I say that the leader is the best that being chosen by society? Because in fact, when we have to do something in group, especially in a work group, we need a leader to lead us to win. So we are not being separated. We could be one voice. In the past, when war is happened, we are in a condition that under pressure. When there we can see clearly who is the best in the field, who can work under pressure the best, who is actually the best for us to choose to be our leader. And the fact that we are win actually shows that how precious our leader is to lead us to win, and it is need to be remembered and respected by the written in historiography. So the merit of them won't be forgotten, and the future generation will be motivated. How can leader affect that much in history? For example, we can see like our days in school, there are so many tests, there are so many group tests. The group test must have a leader. Like for example, a drama test on the show day, we can clearly see which group has the best performance and who is the leader. And those leader will always being trusted by the other student to be their leader, because how good their leader is for being a leader to lead their group to succeed. This shows that leader is always being chosen by society. The society will choose the best for being their leader, and we can see clearly how leader mean a lot for the succeed. 2. Motivating the future generations. Right, the leaders historiography, aka the top-down historiography, will motivate the future generation. Why? Because we can read the book about how superior the leaders were, how brave they are. That will motivate us, the future generation, to be like that, to be leaders. Why is it important? Because a proper nice country, to achieve a nice country, we need a leader. We need a smart, awesome, brave, great leader, so the society can build it to good. What is the connection between a historiography and a nice country? First, when we have a historiography book that contain a story about the leader, the precious leader, and we give it about the story of the precious leader, and we give it to a young children at young age. They often will very likely to want to become like that, because yeah, you can see the child is always want to be what they see, what they heard, what they read. So they will try to do the best for the future, to be a leader just like what they read. It means we can produce a good leaders that will maintain our country, that will lead us to be a nice country, lead us to a real golden Indonesia 2045. But when the bottom up historiography, but when the bottom up historiography is prioritized over the top down historiography instead of the top down historiography, it will produce those leader. It will not produce the leader when the bottom up historiography is prioritized over the top down historiography. It will not produce the leader that actually can lead us to a real golden age of Indonesia 2045 and our precious vision. And we will just stay like this. No further movement. With this reason, instead of depend on the bottom up historiography, that proponent said will get a best political discussions and best leader, but cannot be proven at all by the proponent team, we should first making the historiography top down, leader centered, so the future generation will be motivated to be leaders, good leaders like what they read in the top down historiography. So we can be a golden country. Our vision, our nice vision, that we will be a golden country in 2045, golden Indonesia face in 2045. So we should accustom the kid of our future generation to be accustomed with literature since a young age, with historiography. For example, with historiography, the top-down historiography that focus on leaders, so they can see how brave their ancient are, and they will respect and do the best for our future, for Indonesia's future. Also, for us, we should read a book a lot, read those historiographies, so our life will be nothing but burden to Indonesia. We have to read the historiography so we can see how brave they and our ancient are, and we will I want to be those leaders, so the golden Indonesia of 2045 can be reached. For all those reasons, for our future, I proud to oppose this motion. Thank you.